Curse.
Ah.
All
Well,
the
yep,
curses.
that seems about right. Welcome everyone to Beyond Heroes, our very first season of Wildemount. We are joining the world of Alexandria, and it will be fascinating to see all these wonderful, first off, wonderful role players and also wonderful characters jump into the world that was created by Matthew Mercer. I am super excited. Beyond Heroes is kind of an unusual show in the fact that every time we roll a natural 20, someone in the audience will actually win a legendary bundle from D&D Beyond. That's all of the D&D books. It's a massive treasure trove of books. So anyone in chat who was in Twitch at the time will have a chance at winning that legendary bundle. And it's pretty exciting. So, and I'm very excited to be running this campaign. And are there any other announcements before we go to our intro of any kind?
This is all going to be fine.
This is all going to be fine.
Always
Don't tell
fine.
anyone.
It's always
No big
great.
deal.
It's going to be
Always have
great.
fun.
Vacation.
Yeah, nothing terrible will happen. All right,
Mhm.
let's roll our intro.
Into the unknown we go. Where we will land, we just don't know. But we will fight on and on and on. No matter what, we will rise with the dawn. Out of the ashes and beyond the night, beyond the masses and into the light. Beyond all time in this adventure we chose, we will never give up. We are beyond heroes, beyond heroes.
All of you are completely stunned. Your characters are standing shocked in the rain, not knowing who you even are or where you are. You hear this loud, extremely bright flash, and like a wave of thunder moves through all of your bodies all at once. And when you look down on the cobblestones around you, where there should be rainwater, it's actually completely a circle of ice emanating from exactly where you're all standing at this very moment. At this second, Penelope Halffind, I would like you to describe yourself because you are actually on the ground staring at an earthworm slowly inching its way over the ice, trying to get to the warmer water on the cobblestones at this moment. What do you look like?
Well, Penelope Halfpint, she basically looks like a little shrub. But if you look closer, you'll see that she is really just the tiniest halfling you've ever seen. And she's got this wild mess of dark auburn hair that has twigs and flowers in it that she's been rolling around in the ground. And she has a very dirty face, but underneath the dirt, you see a splay of beautiful freckles and emerald eyes that sparkle with wonder. And she's completely covered in a cloak made of the forest floor. And you see her right now as she picks up the earthworm and she puts it into her cloak so it can stay warm. Here you go, friend.
At the same moment, Keen Deapreth finds himself holding his glaive sticking out directly in front of him, and blood is actually dripping off the very tip of the glaive. He's standing next to Briv Steelmarrow, the half-orc. Keen, will you describe your character?
I watch the single drop of blood hit the ice, and it is in that moment that I go into my winter. My hair is in tight white braids, as the white stark winter suggests. My skin, although dark, is surrounding icy blue eyes, which also denote my winter. Even my glaive suggests of sharp blades of ice. I am watching this little one on her knees talking to an earthworm on the ice. I do not understand. Who are these people and why are they around me? Is this one of their blood? I do not know, but it could be.
Also, strangely, there is a halfling hanging from a from an inn sign at this very moment, seemingly thrown into the air, and his clothes have wrapped around the sign itself. We see Freely just soaked in the rain, slowly moving backwards and forwards with the sign itself, and Freely's left arm is actually on fire at this exact moment. Freely, will you describe your character?
On fire.
In
Freely,
fuego.
Freely is tall for a halfling, but very lean. He's like a svelte halfling. He's got brown skin and fire red hair with green streaks through it, and studded leather armor. And in his right hand, he is holding a jewel-encrusted short sword that has faint green sparkles that float above it every once in a while. And it's raining currently?
Yeah.
He holds his arm out into the rain and would divine sense, because immediately I need to know if I have to take out any of these strangers.
The divine sense extends out from you, and though you do sense something slightly off in a nearby alleyway, you don't recognize where you are. You don't recognize these people, and you're not quite sure where your left hand is on fire. But you don't sense any undead. But you don't. There seems to be a gap in your divine sense.
But
Like,
there's
you don't
fire.
sense a thing. But
Fire
you
little
sense
help.
I
Little
went
help.
into my summer.
Little help.
Summer is good, and you are on fire.
Ah!
You take care of that. Who's next?
There is also a tall elven woman turned away from everyone else. She's holding a long sword and also a very ornate hammer. Alyndra Sarrbarand, would you like to describe yourself?
Yes, in my hand I have an elvish blade. It's simple. It's has the script in Elvish for the word logic, but it's not just in Elvish, it's in a number of other languages as well. And then I have a mace, which is fashioned into the shape of a spell book. It is covered with inscribed alphabets, which spell out reason in many different languages as well. I'm wearing a shining mithril armor, which is currently being covered in the rain, which beads off. And sitting upon my shoulder is a small owl. My hair is almost a marble white, fading to a slight blue at the ends, and there's one red streak in it. And my skin is the stone blue of marble, but I have very piercing, bright green eyes looking out, and I see these strange people behind me. I sense their presence, and I turn around. Who are you? And as I turn, you see that I have a necklace that sort of slides around that has the symbol of Ochma, and then it also has a gold coin with a man on it who's making a face like...
Also next to Keen Deapreth, who is now in his winter, is a half-orc. Summer! He's now in his summer, sorry. Oof. There's a half-orc paladin dressed in ornate plate mail. Briv Stillmerrill, would you like to describe yourself?
And actually a little bit of a retcon there. He is almost naked. So essentially you see that Briv has very, very loose clothing that is primarily, it's a bard that is has a symbol on it that looks like a jester, but the face of the jester is a skull. And then you see that, again, very, very loose clothing. He does have some boots on because he walks barefoot. And essentially you see Briv, at this point in time, start feeling around on his body. Where am I? What have I done? Why am I naked? Who are these people? Why are they looking at me? That one looks really, really strange. Am I talking out loud? Or
You are
thinking to
talking out
myself?
loud. That is odd.
Yeah. Also a little help.
And then at this point in time, you just see his skin kind of just bristle just a little bit, and then you see the metal come out of the pores and form into his armor, because he thinks that whoever these strange individuals are probably are going to attack him because that happens a lot.
At this
It's
same moment,
disconcerting.
there is a Dragonborn or a Ravenite, depending on your point of view, gold scales and a tail, as well as wings, which is a very unusual feature for a Dragonborn. And they are staring at their hands in anguish. And at this exact same moment, it seems like little pieces of diamond are like leaving their right hand and flowing up into the air. Orkira Eldrex, will you describe yourself?
So I'm standing barefoot on the ice because as a Dragonborn, you don't really have a lot of options for shoes. I would be a normal gold Dragonborn, except for, as you said, the wings, the tail. She's awkwardly proportioned because of this. So while she would be the normal height and she's got these two spiraling horns, everything is kind of in a strange place. And she's wearing a set of scale mail that has been obviously heavily altered for her form, that has what looks like old burn marks on it, a satchel over her side, and a section of her belt that's got a book in it, a little leather bound book that's got the symbol of a phoenix on top of it. And she looks up at all of you, confused, not sure why she's anguished, and kind of rubs her hands together and says, I'm glad you're asking all the questions I was thinking about. And then she shakes herself out of staring at Keen and how he's all on fire and looks up at Freely and says, I can help. And she'll rush on over to help this halfling stuck he's stuck on a sign.
Yes.
Yep, I gotcha.
He just barely out of reach. It's a very old, well-carved sign as well. You are able to reach this halfling.
What does the sign say?
The sign says that the broken buttress inn.
Oh,
Is
did you
that
break the
familiar
buttress? Oh,
in
come
any way?
on. And I'll pull him down gently. Pull him
Well,
down.
hey, thanks.
Yeah. Are you
Until
supposed to be
you
on
pulled
fire?
him down, I thought it said broken butt in. I see.
I thinketh I have broke mine.
feel like
You
I've got a
don't
lot of
have
stuff
a buttress.
broken.
A buttress is a part of a building. It's the structural. And she starts going off on this whole tangent about architecture, and then sort of goes, "Why do I know all of that?
I am in
Why?"
the rain. I enter the buttress.
Oh,
I
are we all
definitely know
going
how
in?
to. I know how to appreciate a well-made buttress. Yeah, all right.
Okay, I guess we're all going in. I
Who
guess.
are you people?
You all, there's something weird in the alleyway. I mean, I just had to make sure that none of you are evil, but I mean, something strange over there. I feel it. I don't know. I feel it.
Briv checks to ensure he's not in the alleyway.
You look around and you are most definitely not in the alleyway. There are several people around, and some of them are staring at you strangely as you are still in this circle of ice that is on the ground. Clearly, some powerful magic just happened at this moment. And you feel like you are remembering your names, you remember who you are, and you all look familiar to each other. So it's all sort of slowly coming back, but you're not quite sure
Yes.
what's just happened. And you have a little bit of vertigo when you walk. You know,
Oh.
like,
I'm looking at all of them and sort of going, "Okay, I know them. And I get to Freely and I go, "He's trouble."
My ears are ringing.
Just instinctually.
Is anybody else's ears ringing?
What?
Yeah. No, you guys hang out. I'm gonna go check out the alley. No, relax. It's fine. No, it's fine.
Why
And I
don't
do
you
start
wait
stumbling
for-
towards the
So
alley.
follow thee, brave
Us-
halfling.
I'll come with you.
Do I
Penelope.
recognize the magic at all? That
you
here?
do not.
Okay.
No, the magic feels very foreign to you. Penelope
I
Halfpint, I
try
need you
to
to make a
catch up.
dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
I try to catch up to Freely real quick, though, and I
Okay.
just kind of say to him, I say, I thanketh thee for sensing what was about. I, too, am a paladin, and I feel as though I never have to do this because thou art doing it all the time.
I turn and look at him, and I like to think I get just a split second of the image of soft sword plunging through his back, and I'm like, Wait, no.
I am
You-
but a terrifying creature. I
yeah,
agree.
No,
But
hey, hold on. Hang on. Wait a second. No, you're very powerful. Hang on. You wait here. I'm going to look. I feel like I just need you to be okay. I need you to be okay.
fear not, tiny man.
And then I try to run away from him, but I'm all spaghetti legged. But I'm like, no, I got it.
Yeah, you're no one's feeling at their best. Lots
That's
of off tilt camera angles and showing you the gravity is off for you. Penelope,
16 on my save.
16 on your save. You barely dodge 4 men on horseback. They are in scale mail, and they have kind of reddish robes and clothing, and underneath that is this bronze scale mail as well. And they scream, "Out of the way, halfling!" And they just barrel past you. You were almost completely stomped to death by these horses as
I'm
they
sorry,
run past
friends.
all of you in
Hey,
great deal of urgency.
let's get out of the middle of the road. Come on. Let's go follow. I had his name for a moment.
The troublesome one.
From Freely.
I don't know. I feel like I'm
yeah.
supposed to death
Hey.
word the both of you right now. Come on, let's go.
You can quite easily follow him as the rain is hitting you. It's actually quite a warm rain, and even when it's hitting the cobblestones, sort of a light, gentle steam and fog kind of develops about an inch off the ground, and especially around where the ice circle was that you were standing in. And when you walk off of it, it cracks like you were on top of an icy puddle as you move away from it. Freely, as you rush into the alleyway, you see a man laying in the alleyway, completely pale, gaunt.
But on the ground?
On the ground, shaved head, beard, very kind of severe features.
Does he ring any bells to me?
Seems familiar.
You guys, I know this dude, but he's setting off my ooh.
When I arrive, does he look like the man on my necklace?
He looks very similar to the man on your necklace.
I use prestidigitation to like like a gust of like water, like kind of wind and water across his face. I'm like, hey pal, buddy.
A muddy, you take like the muddiest, and maybe it wasn't water puddle, and puddle just splashes in his face, and he still doesn't move. Yeah, you're almost 100% sure that puddle wasn't water now.
Here's the thing, I could clean it, I'm just not gonna.
Let me take a look. Maybe because he wasn't in the ice circle, something happened. I'll walk over and examine. Do I recognize this person? Am I starting to remember anything?
He looks incredibly familiar, and you feel already immediately annoyed by him. He is in very, very black, heavily worn clothes. They're not robes, leather boots that have well past the time that they probably should have been replaced. And the clothing itself has almost got, like he's got a heavy kind of coat as well that you would normally see on a man who maybe is sailing on a galleon as well. So you see this person, but as you peer at them, they seem to be quite dead.
How recently dead?
Been dead for a while.
Okay.
Is he okay?
No.
I thinketh he is dead.
Nah.
So it depends on thine definition of okay.
Generally, that would not be anyone's definition of okay. Who are you?
I thought that thou wert an anthropologist. I'm sure some cultures think that death is a wonderful status to be in.
Am I an anthropologist?
I seem to
am.
believe that thou dost say that all the time to anyone who will listen.
Well, I'm a half pint. I don't know. I don't think it's my real name, but I don't remember. But I am. I'm Penelope Half Pint, everybody. Hello.
Oh, hey,
Hello,
hi.
Penelope Half-Pint.
No, you are at least
Why am I
a
called that?
full pint, at least, and yes.
That sounds made up.
You definitely look like you read a lot, and you look like you don't read like at all. And
Art thou talking to me?
yeah, man. I mean, you look like an orc of action. An orc of action. I appreciate that.
I feel as though thou art trying to be insulting, but I take this as the highest of compliments.
Why do I feel like somebody here is good at healing? Is it me? No. It's
Are you hurt? Do you need healing?
I
you?
need
This
perception
person
checks from
does.
everyone as a very dark shadow. Even in the fact that there is a heavy rainstorm above you right now, still this very dark shadow kind of comes over the alleyway at this exact moment.
That's a big old 10. So I'm racking my brain trying to
10,
figure
a
out.
5.
yeah.
Anyone else?
I'm a
Anything?
21.
You got 21?
I have a 25.
Nice.
Of course you do. Alyndra, Sarrbarand, and Orkira Eldritch, you both see the shadow move over, and it kind of gives you a chill for a moment, because anyone who essentially sees a giant shadow move over them kind of probably gets a little bit of a chill. Well, you tend to get a little bit nervous. And you look up into there, and there's this giant eagle just soaring above into the sky.
Oh, that's cool.
what? Where?
Does
What?
Giant eagle.
Right there. Can't you?
Oh, giant eagle. I can do that. I remember. I
What
can
do you
do
mean
that.
you can do that?
Whoosh, wild shape into a giant
Oh
eagle.
my goodness.
You turned into a giant
Ooh.
eagle?
Ah.
Okay. Are you just like flapping around in the alleyway?
Yes.
Griff,
can
I
you
think, is
also
hopping along behind you, doing exactly what you're doing,
Hey, can you also turn
but
into a
glaring
polar bear?
because you're doing it better.
No.
Oh my.
Wait, actually, when she turns into an eagle, Freely tries to jump on her back and is like, all right, let's go. Woo!
All right, I'll take off and fly towards the eagle.
And then you see Alyndra turn to Freely, and she signs something to Freely and waits for an answer.
Does Freely know sign?
I mean-
Not unless Freely is a ghostwise halfling of Clan
He is a
Monkeymouse.
Lightfoot halfling. He doesn't. He's like, wow, what's that about my mom?
That seemed really insulting.
Like, that is really insulting.
Yeah.
Our ancestral halfling gesture.
You immediately censor it.
Right?
You take off.
Minor illusion of censored bars go up. How dare you in public?
You take off on this eagle that you don't know,
Yeah.
fly into the air, and you see this vast, sprawling city. If you can imagine something like the size of almost like Los Angeles, in terms of like relative terms, is immense. And there is a walled city, and then there is an inner ring as well, where there's a tremendous castle in the very center, and then towers, multiple towers, all at different crooked, strange, almost improbable lengths and angles jutting out from that inner circle. And you see several other wards around you. This is a very immense city, and just judging by the look of it, there's about almost over 200,000 people must live in this city itself. You fly up, and the eagle's very, very far away now. But what you have gotten the attention of are several griffin riders who are flying nearby over this ward currently. And they're flying, see you, and make a beeline towards you. And these are clearly, these are armored in the same way that you saw these other soldiers that almost trampled Penelope half-pint as well.
Can I still see our friends on the ground?
Yes, you're not that high up yet. But a
cast
giant
message.
eagle popping up always draws attention.
It's on brand. I cast message to Alyndra, and I just say Griffin Riders.
And of course, Penelope thinks they're friendly, so she's gonna go towards them.
Mhm.
Why art thou muttering Griffin Riders?
Because someone just said it in my head. I think it was this. Oh, they're all small.
Oh, the little one?
With the hair, the colourful hair.
Oh, it's terrible, is it not?
It's amazing.
I mean, it's a bunch of feathers now, but I'm probably still crouched
the other
over.
one, not the one who's the bird. The other one.
Oh, that one. Oh,
The one with the hair, the colours.
Oh, I see. That was a joke. It's like all of them have bad hair.
Why are you insulting
I
their
mean,
hair?
what would I know about hair?
I do
We're
not
going into
know.
immediate danger and they're just talking about hair. I'm so excited.
It's true. I mean, again, it's all very on brand. Very
Yeah,
on
pretty
brand.
much.
Why is there no griffin betwixt mine thighs?
What you do in your own time is your business.
I am a griffin rider, and if there are griffin riders, I demand my griffin.
Are you a
I
Griffin
cannot
rider of
remember
this
his
city?
name, but I am very sad he is not here.
Is no one else concerned about the dead body?
I see dead bodies all the time. Most of
you?
the time at the end of my sword.
Oh. Yeah,
I
but
sort of take a step away from Briv.
Oh, I shall not slay thee today, anyway.
I feel like we know this person the same way I feel like I know all of you. And I think subconsciously
Briv looks at the
Orkira's-
body, and he's like, no, I don't know this one.
Yeah. There's just no memory at all.
I think she's subconsciously reaching into her bag to look for a diamond and grabbing a book at her side. She probably doesn't even know why, but
No, you do. You realize at the moment you grab the book and you feel the diamond in your hand, and you know that you are a cleric. And
okay, I can do something about this. This can't be a coincidence that we all just appeared and we seem to know each other, and then there's this person, right?
It's true, and I have a strange sense of this person. They need to be protected, but also are incredibly frustrating.
That's
Art
how
thou
families usually
related?
work.
Related? I don't know.
I thought thou wert describing thyself just now.
as you're staring at this dead body, your memories are not coming back of them at all. They seem familiar, but this in particular seems like the most difficult thing to remember. Keen Deapreth, what are you doing at this moment?
I have spent the last 5 minutes inside the buttress. I
Yeah.
am very happy not being in the rain. I like being in the buttress, but what is here?
You are in the buttress, and it is a very messy inn. There are all these decorations around that seem like partially like they've been almost taken down. They're hanging up. There seems to have been a recent festival of some kind. And the bar is got obviously some townsfolk in there, some kind of townsy people.
Can we hear, like, I don't know, clanging glasses or any commotion in the buttress?
Not a commotion, but you can hear that. You can see the warm light through the window, and the windows are kind of this opaque yellow glass, and you see candlelight coming from inside.
So Briv would think it's a place to get a drink.
Oh, absolutely. It's absolutely a place that one can get a drink for sure. You walk in and an elderly man eyes you keen. Yes. Is there something you want?
You are human?
I believe so, yes. And everyone laughs. If you look at me.
I have missed the party, it seems. There are several people, not unlike me, outside. I
Yes,
think that they would like to not be wet, but it looks like we've already missed the party. Could we
Yes.
restart the party?
But no, the festival was some days ago.
What festival have we missed?
Are you not from around here?
I do not believe so.
I do not believe that you are either. Are you going to buy a drink, perhaps?
Ah, buy. Yes, I have coins and a drink I would buy. Yes. I have a feeling that one does not take things without paying for it. I remember that lesson from a long time ago, but I don't remember who or why. Something
Are you
about a
saying this
jail.
all out loud?
No.
Do you? It's like that will be 3 copper. And the festival that I mentioned, it was the Harvest Rise Festival.
The Harvest Rise Festival?
Yes.
The harvest, is it autumn?
Sort of, yes.
Sort of? Or is it still summer?
No, it's not summer. No.
Then it is autumn. And I slip into my autumn for no particular reason because I have no anchor.
You are most strange. What does your autumn form look like?
It is much more colorful than my summer, which is one color. I have a big smile on my face and I am very welcoming, but I have dreads and they're wild and they're everywhere and they're in a large bunch that just explode out. They go from red to orange to yellow at the bottoms, but they are dreaded and they are bountiful and they are very long. I have wing leaves that sprout underneath the bands of my plate armor, which doesn't necessarily change with me, but the aspect underneath does. As does my cape, which is a cape of elven kind, which turns very dead, fallen, leafy colored.
Briv's going into the bar just whenever he would naturally, however long this plays out before he would go in there for the drink.
Okay. You walk in as well at this moment, and the bartender, yeah, you were not specific about the drink, so here's a whiskey, a dwarven whiskey for you.
Do I see Briv entering?
Yes, you see Briv entering.
Aha!
The harvest is a time for sharing. I do not know these people, but I know this face. He is the naked one, and he probably needs this more than I. And I hand it to him. Does anyone else wish a drink for the harvest festival? It is on me.
A bunch of elderly men and women are yeah. They're already pretty into their drink already.
Briv hasn't started, but he just holds up the glass and says, "Another for mine friend here. I shall not drink alone."
A friend. Next I will find him clothes, but first we drink.
We do not need clothes. May thine bountiful dreads carry thee to thine destiny.
Everyone eyes Briv suspiciously in the bar, and these are people already slightly on edge. Not
What
even
art
slightly.
thou looking at?
They slowly turn away, but there's genuine fear in their eyes, but not because of you. But they do feel uncomfortable about your presence.
Bartender, does my friend pose a problem?
We do not get many half-orcs in here.
Oh.
Especially not in Rexentrum.
So thou art all racist?
No, I'm just making a casual observation. We see more orcs in Zohas.
Oh, I am not like them. I don't even know where that is.
Yes, I'm getting that impression. Would you also like a drink?
Oh, I thought I already had a drink from mine friend.
Oh, yes.
Just
Sorry.
keep them coming. So
I'm getting
not
older.
particular.
Sometimes I forget the things that I give out.
I will have another.
It explains why the flying buttress is not, the busted buttress is not doing so well.
Busted buttress?
Yes.
Is this...
It looks like it
so
has done well.
confused.
What is the problem, old man?
It's a play on words. It's not broken. It's
Buttress. It has but in that word.
that is true. You have
'Tis a
mastered our
humorous
language
word.
very well.
'Tis a humorous word.
Yes, I also feel.
We
Got
are
into a very
in
long argument with my wife
thine
about
butt,
it.
Tris. See?
Okay, everyone in the alleyway.
Hi.
What are you doing?
I have watched them leave. I've watched a couple people leave. I look over at the only other person that's left, Alyndra, and the
Still
body.
sitting next to this dead body.
I can do something about this, and I feel like I should. Are you okay?
I think so.
Okay, because this is gonna take a while, but
I suppose I can protect you. I don't.
Well, if you could just, keep.
Hopefully they come back soon.
Yeah, if you could just keep me company? Because this is going to take about an hour, but I feel like this is something I need to do.
How
Okay.
do you begin the ritual? How do you do that?
So Orkira is going to spread her wings so that she is completely shielding the body from the rain. And she's pulled out one of her diamonds and is probably taken a moment to look at it. And she remembers moments ago when she first woke up and had diamond dust in her hands and has a moment of, all right. And she's going to put the diamond down on this person's chest and grab her book. And I think because her memory is still mixed up, she starts to recite the incantation very haltingly in Draconic. And then about 10 or 15 words in, switches over to Common and continues and seems to rely on her just innate memory of whatever this is. She knows what to do, but it feels awkward in a way. And if she has an hour, she is going to stay there and cast Raise Dead.
You don't have an hour. But the moment that you place the diamond on this dead body's chest, the arm reaches up from the dead body and puts a pistol right against the temple of your head, and you hear the gun pop.
Wait, we're trying to help. We're trying to help.
That went a lot faster than I was expecting. I was gonna wait.
So is there a particular reason there's a diamond on my chest and you are hovering above me, you being
Because you were dead.
a giant ravenite with wings?
You were dead. She was helping.
I'm not dead.
Well, you were.
Not anymore.
I just don't breathe or have a pulse or, have to eat or sleep or anything like that. So,
What?
That sounds like dead. That's
I'm special. Thank you for the diamond, though. I will keep that. And he continues to hold this double-barreled, very kind of seafaring pistol up against your head, and he slowly stands up, and he's just
before he does.
Time.
Yeah, before he does, because I had put the diamond down. When he says that, I'll say, "Well, that doesn't seem fair. I was going to use this to bring you back to life, but if you're not dead, then I'm not going to use it." And she's going to try to take it back. Something about this tells her no, she only has a couple of these.
He continues to grasp the diamond. I think that this is fair payment for waking me up in the first place, to be completely honest, and also giving me quite a fright. I could have died. So.
No.
And then I would have used this to bring you back to life.
Or perhaps, actually, your resurrection magic is so incredibly powerful that I am now brought to life, and so this diamond is owed.
This does not seem like a fair transaction. Who are you?
Who are you?
I asked you first.
Your name comes to mind.
My name is Alyndra, Alexandria, Garanahil, Sarrbarand, Lorekeeper, and it just starts pouring into her head. Lorekeeper of Rime, Spiro, Kinscribe of Clan Monkeymouse,
Right, never heard of any of those things at all, actually. So
that's fine.
Yeah. So I'll be keeping the diamond then, right? And we go on our merry ways.
No, wait. Who are you?
My name is Avrin.
Does that spark anything?
Orkira, you have like a little spike in your brain, like of extra annoyance, but no, there seems to be like this mental block when he says his name.
I know you, but I don't know you.
Yeah, I don't know you, and I get around sometimes, so maybe you know me from like being somewhere being amazing or something, which I too tend to do. So anyway,
what do you do?
Mainly stab people, I guess.
With a pistol? That seems really inefficient.
Well, not with the pistol.
Well, that's the thing that
Obviously.
you pulled out when I was trying to help you, so I figured you just... I mean, you can do it, and maybe you're really strong, and you just stab people really hard.
Are you always this difficult, being a Ravenite?
Why do
Being
we know
blessed
you?
by Baphomet? Does this just make you like this? This like very irritating and going up to random bodies and alleyways and such?
You mean trying to help people that I think are dead?
Oh God. All right. So another good doer then. Got it. Right. So excellent. While this
Why
is
do
happening,
we know you? We don't know many people, but we know
that's
you.
good.
And what's a Ravenite?
And why are you on a coin around my neck?
Look in the mirror. Oh, there's a coin. Well, that does look a lot like me. That's a bit odd, isn't it? That's strange. That makes me suspicious
you
of
a
you. Is that
king?
like a bounty chip of some kind that I should know about?
I don't know.
All right, so here, I'm going
Perhaps.
to keep the diamond. I'm going to take the pistol off your temple, and
I
everyone's
think you
going to be
should
happy.
give us the diamond in case it is a bounty coin and we've seen you and we can give valuable information.
All
and
right, I'll give you
perhaps
the.
we won't give that
I'm
information if
tired
you
of
give
this
us the
conversation.
diamond
I'd
back.
gladly give up a diamond not to be a part of it. And he lets go of the diamond so that Orkira can
Good
take
man.
it back. Orkira, I need a perception check.
Okay.
And Alyndra, I need one as well.
My passive is 21.
So I rolled a 19, which means I get a 27.
Wow.
It's the only thing I roll well on are perception checks.
So I'm a 14 rolled and a passive of 21.
Okay. No, you don't know, say anything.
Even with a 27?
Nope.
Wow. Okay. I take the diamond back, and I, for reasons I'm not quite sure of, I'm very quick to stuff it back in my pack.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep looking at this guy and say, "Nah, so a whole bunch of us just appeared on an ice circle over there, and we're having problems remembering anything. And now here you are. Did you see anything? Do you know anything? Can you help us?"
No, I was sleeping one off. No, what kind of help do you need?
I was just kind of wondering who we are and how we got here.
Oh, right. Well, that seems to be like a thing we all ask ourselves deep down. And maybe perhaps you should take solace in like the Temple of Baphomet or something, or like the Temple of Palor, or wherever you want to go and ask those big, deep, yearning philosophical questions about why we are here. I am
I'm an
currently in an alleyway and I'm a
evangelist.
little bit pissed and drunk. So, yeah.
Oh, I can help with that. And I will reach out. She's like annoyed at Baphomet for some reason, and then Palor strikes something with her, and then he says that, and she's like, I can help, and she'll lesser restorate on him. So she'll reach out.
Lesser restoration into a verb. She'll lesser restorate on him.
I will lesser restorate.
I will lesser restorate.
Do not.
I'm gonna put that
Not
in the
telling you are
rap
drunk.
Conjugate to restorate.
You are
Restorators, mount up.
No.
you have been
Oh.
restorated.
He just stops, turns slowly towards you, and raises the pistol again. Do you know how much that whiskey cost? And you just flooded it out of my system.
Yeah, well, now you can go get drunk again.
Oh, God. This is the longest day, and I've only been awake 5 minutes. Okay.
I
Fun.
know that feeling.
Good times. And he's not blinking. He's not breathing. He has zero pulse. He is in some weird state.
Something like there's a moment where she wants to cast Zone of Truth, but then as she thinks about that spell, she's like, oh no, it won't work on undead. How do I know that?
You do realize that you are definitely a holy creature at this time, and you know your full name, and now the thought of the phoenix pops into your mind as well, and you're starting to feel more and more familiar with all of yourselves. But up in the sky, we have a giant eagle, and we have a Freely riding on top of a halfling. And in the distance, you can barely make out that there's an eagle, and you think maybe there might be even something on its back. But the rain, the sheets of rain that are slapping and hitting you while you're trying to fly are obscuring your vision. And from up there, you hear a couple of loud explosions in the city below. You can't quite figure out where they're coming from. And you can kind of hear a cacophony coming up from the city itself. You can hear thousands of voices, and you can hear the sounds of troops and everything else. At this exact same moment, 3 griffins come down, barreling down directly on Penelope Halfpint, the giant eagle, and they are forcing you to the ground. They have a very particular flying order, trying to get you back to the ground. And they're motioning to you at this moment, pointing down. And they have crossbows.
One quick thing, even as we are on the way up and I see them closing, I just wanted to see if the men that almost ran her over on the horses, where they went. I got a 17, just to like look back and try and see if I clocked them on our way up.
Oh yeah,
Right.
they headed to the east.
Okay.
Actually, they're heading north.
Okay. Is that in the direction of the explosions?
Yes, several of them were up to the north.
All right. When they start motioning downwards, I'm like, hey, don't worry, I'll handle this. How many of them are there?
There's 3.
I charm person all 3 of them.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm. Wisdom 15.
What is the range on charm person?
I wait till they get close enough, but it'll be 30 feet. Do they get within 30 feet?
Yeah, they get within 30 feet.
Yeah. I'm like, hello, friends. And
that's 2 natural 14s and a 20. You maybe you're a bit rusty, maybe it's the lack of memory, but they see you cast the spell. The one with the 20 is like just,
hey.
Oh, and that's a natural 20, everyone.
Yeah,
by the
that's about
DM.
to say. Right.
Hey,
So don't suffer for nothing.
Someone in chat just has a chance. Someone in chat right now can get a chance to win a legendary bundle. It's very exciting. So every time myself, the dungeon master, or someone who is part of the cast rolls a natural 20, we give away a legendary bundle on D&D Beyond. So sorry, Freely. No, you the magic just seems to fail. Like maybe you forgot one of the words.
Oh.
Yeah.
New plan. Maybe we should cooperate.
Yeah. And now they look really angry.
It's the first and only time Freely has ever said that.
Do we hear the noise?
I'm not
from
myself
the
right
tavern?
now. Yeah.
You do hear a loud boom from the tavern.
Keen, dost thou hear yonder cacophony?
What does that mean, cacophony?
Big boom.
Yes, I heard the big boom.
Bada boom.
Is that part of the
Bada boom.
celebration?
Bada big boom.
I am
Empty
sorry,
pass.
Keen, I did not hear thee because the patrons were too loud.
Is that part of the celebration?
I am
Yes.
unaware,
No,
Mr.
it is not.
Barkeep.
There are rumors of a battle approaching the capital at this moment.
Oh, and we just happen to be here? Fate intended this, Keen, come on.
Very well.
Let us go to battle.
Battle is better than buttress?
Depends on thine perspective, but
I find
most
this
of
to
the
be
time,
insulting.
yes.
Very well. Keeper, we will be back. Do cover my drink and leave it here.
He throws a dirty rag on top of your drink. Okay, your drink is covered. Goodbye.
I take my drink and just go and just spit into my drink. Anyone want any of this? I
That's
didn't think so.
disgusting.
And I slam it down on the table.
That's very rude and gross. Thank you for your patronage. Please don't
Thou
come
art
back
welcome.
again. Yeah, right. Okay then. Well, very good.
We shall win thine battle.
I follow him outside.
All right.
I rush towards the sound of the cacophony.
You I need from yourself and also Keen, I need perception checks.
Yes.
18.
Very perceptive.
Keen is looking far to the west. At the moment that Briv is looking far to the east, and you see the 3 Griffin Riders. They're forcing Freely and Penelope Halfpint in the form of a giant eagle down to the street, the cobblestone streets, very near to the alleyway itself.
Oh, heavens. Keen, we must help them. They have gone and gotten in trouble with the law.
And perhaps something is wrong with your brain, you think, perhaps. Because you see a man fall out of the sky, way in the distance to the east, just plummeting out of the sky at breakneck speed. And then you lose him as he's also being followed by Griffin Riders. He just disappears behind several buildings, and you don't know where he lands. And you continue to hear explosions around the city, and people are now running through the streets. And you see more of these guards running around. You hear someone mutter something about the Crown's Guard, referring to these soldiers that have the brass scale mail and the red shirts on as well.
This is the cacophony.
I believe it qualifies, yes.
Where to?
We must help our allies. I remember now. Penelope is the little one. She's called Half Pint because she drinks a lot, so I like her. And then the other one, Freely, has terrible hair still, but he is the one who will sense out the divine creatures where I don't have to expend my energy. So
Does
he is
Penelope
very useful to me.
Half Pint mean anything to me?
Yes. You know that you are very close friends, and suddenly you know who Penelope is.
Family. We must go.
Family,
remember
that's what I meant. Yes.
everything about her.
Huzzah!
We run.
The two of us that are in the alley, are we remembering everything now? And do we see this happen?
You are remembering everything, but you still don't know who this person is with the gun.
But I see the two of them, and I look over at Alyndra.
Yeah,
I'm like half grabbed
everyone
my
snaps
book.
out of it. Everyone snaps out. You're like, oh, whoa. Like, it's like you've been waking up from a dream.
Oh.
That was. Did you just. How did we.
We'll talk about that later. We should go catch up with them. Yeah. How do I remember everything, and yet I'm still really confused?
That's normal.
Do I
It's fairly
sense,
typical for me.
Do
Where's
I
everybody?
sense magic in this area of not remembering?
What?
Is there magic in the area of the places that I don't remember?
No.
Because I can't. That's like a bunch of my life.
Oh no, you remember your entire life. So yeah. At this moment you see a natural one. You see Avery trying to slink away in the alleyway and like steps on a bottle, almost falls over, the bottle cracks, then like rats scream and run out of the way, and then like a cat jumps on top of his shoulders at the same time and screams, then jumps up. And he's just very, if he could blush, he would. He's very irritated that this thing he's normally good at has not gone off.
Subtle.
Right then. Well, anyways, have a good day. And he keeps on going down the alleyway the opposite direction.
All right, one problem at a time. Let's follow them. And I'm going to rush after Briv and Keen and go after the halflings.
You or Kara Eldrix are missing one diamond. You don't know this, but goodbye inventory.
That's
I got him to give that back.
No,
Yeah,
but
it's
that
the one he
perception
What a
check.
pickpocketed.
jerk.
Yeah.
What a
And, yep.
jerk.
When I find that out later, yeah, there will be words.
You go outside, and the for Freely and Penelope Half Pint, I assume you're still a giant eagle. The guards are yelling, "What business do you have here?"
Are we on the ground?
Yes.
Did we- I think as we would have hit the ground, Penelope would have gotten out of the wild shape, and we would have just like tumbled on the ground.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh my
Well, come
goodness,
up-
that was so much fun!
Cool. Yeah. No, it was great. Yeah. All right. Absolutely.
High five!
Yeah. All right. Chest bump. All
What
right.
business do you have in Rexendrum? What
What?
business do you have in Rexendrum?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. No, we were just out for a nice afternoon flight, like you. It's great.
Yeah, there was another
Rexendrum-ish
eagle
weather.
in the sky, and then you didn't see that one, or you
Yeah.
did, and you let it fly, but then you didn't let us fly.
And then we heard like, so I thought it was like fireworks, and we're like, yeah, let's go see the fireworks.
Yeah, and there were big explosions, and then you decided to, deal with us instead of the explosions. So it makes
Well-
me really suspicious of you.
I just assume the fireworks can't be, or the explosions can't be anything bad, because again, you are here
No,
accosting
Yeah.
two like
No,
wayward
no.
travelers.
We're
So
totally
yeah,
right.
Okay. No more shifting into other things, please. No more shifting.
Is there not allowed here in this
Just not
city?
now.
Oh, okay.
It is clear that you are morons. We are going to go on our way. Do not follow us. And they mount back up
So,
onto their griffins. And
do.
Oh,
They
wait, I
take
forgot
off.
to ask him if
Briv
they wanted to
catches
be
up
my
at this
friend.
point.
Oh,
But
What does
thou
Briv do?
art our morons.
Briv!
Huzzah.
Hey,
Now my
buddy,
friends are here.
how you doing?
And
I
the,
drank too much, but otherwise I am fine.
right in front of all of these dudes, I'm like, hey, so I just want you to know you got super dropped by Soth and I smashed that guy. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying you lost and I kind of worked him. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
And at this point, we run on up, and Orkira will add, but you were kind of amazing at the same time. Really?
Of course I was.
Uh-huh.
Alyndra, I remember everything now.
Yes,
That was
me
really
too.
weird.
Is everyone's memories back?
Does
Everyone
anyone
has the
remember
memories
where
back,
we
but
are?
with one significant gap. You have never heard of someone named Averin. He sounds familiar, but you don't have a full understanding who he is.
Do we remember what made us lose our memory?
Yeah.
You do not.
Hey,
Okay.
Griffin,
The
guys,
last thing that you remember is being in a kind of icy climate, and you a giant, shadowy, almost dragon-like beast. You sensed almost kind of like an undead negative energy plane energy coming off of it, and it was swooping down to attack you, and then everything is completely blank. You feel like you've missed a few days.
I would like to try just playing a little persuasion and be like, hey, Griffin guys, I think we got off on the wrong foot. This ice circle here that is fairly conspicuous, have you ever seen such a thing? And I got a 29.
And they fly off. Oh, your persuasion was a 29?
Persuasion is 29.
Holy
No, we have never seen anything like that. Thank you.
Where dost thou get thine bird lion things?
They keep flying off in the distance, and you hear more loud explosions to to the north. But where you saw the man fall was far to the east.
Well,
Should we go
several
look
other
at this
griffins
falling
heading in
place?
that direction as well.
So they're going east. The riders I saw went north, and the explosions were north, though. Right?
Yes.
I'm asking, I'm not telling.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
Should we follow the cacophony, or should we follow? I doubt there's a reason to follow the man who fell out of the sky, and I tell them all about this because I'm sure that is no longer a man, but a puddle of guts and blood.
We should see if we can help them, though.
Yeah, maybe we
help
check
what?
on the guy.
Does thine so keen? I mean, you'll have to put it back together.
Area of expertise.
We should be quick, though. Let us have a look. It sounds like the battle will always be there because that is what battles are.
Do we even know what this?
No, there'll be plenty of battling for us to do as soon as we check on this guy. Sure.
Not our battle.
We're weary of not.
Well, I mean, it's our battle if there's bad guys. I mean, then it becomes our battle.
Really? We saw a person riding an eagle. Maybe it was him. Maybe he fell off. We gotta go check.
Yeah. And away we
It's
go.
gonna be a puddle of goo, but sure, as long as Orkira can bring back puddles of goo, then
Let us be quick.
Briv, I've brought you back from less. Come on. Let's go.
I was about to say, I'm sure you don't remember because you were the goo, but trust me, we've seen it done.
Very well.
I kept like a little jar of it though. Like I have like Briv preserves. Like
I don't know what thou art talking about. I feel as though
really,
I was just simply on a vacation or trip.
Really, if you've still got parts, then that wasn't part of Briv. I don't know what you picked up.
Ooh. Well,
Let
maybe
us
Briv
go.
can put it on his
Apparently,
toast.
this is an urgent matter.
Yep.
You see that Briv starts running, and as he does, he's just like little bitty springs of metal are coming out of his heels as he's running.
Feel like that's cheating.
You all start running, and again the rain is very hot, and there is kind of like a low underlying fog on the cobblestone streets, and you keep moving, and you see lots of banners like hanging from building to building. It's very colorful, lots of like flags. You are in very much a working class environment with several merchant shops around as well, but everyone is panicked. Clearly there are the sounds of battle in the distance. Something very terrible is happening, and most of you perhaps have never been in a city this size before, except for maybe like Waterdeep or something like that. You continue to run to the east, and it takes you several minutes, and you see many of you are familiar with the sounds of battle, and you hear sounds in the distance still, but you aren't seeing anything yourselves yet.
Before we arrive, while we're doing this running, now that I remember basically everything, do I feel the phoenix?
You feel the phoenix in the elemental plane of fire. You sense it.
Okay.
But it's like when you tune into a radio and another frequency is overlapping it, and you sense another presence. It's
I
very
saw that
confusing.
movie.
All right. No, that's better. That's better. Okay. Hi. Hi. Do you happen to remember? Do you know what happened? I'm just out loud praying as we're running.
No, we told you that none of us remember.
We're in the same boat, Orkira.
The Phoenix does not respond. It is confused by your question as you keep running. You notice lots of people eyeing you, and you staring particularly at your wings, and some people jump to the ground and kneel.
That's
and
weird.
Make
think
some
Or-
weird symbol, and some of them are holding holy symbols of Baphomet. at that
Yeah,
time.
I think Orkira is used to people staring at her wherever she goes. She's an anomaly, and that doesn't bother her. The kneeling does, and if she wasn't hardcore trying to keep up with everybody, she would probably stop or something. But yeah,
Briv is definitely yelling as he's going, "What art thou doing? Get inside thine homes. Battle is coming this way. Thou wilt be killed." And
Orkira,
just
what
keeps
is
running.
that symbol that they are holding?
well, what was the symbol?
It's the symbol of Baphomet.
What is that?
Baphomet or
Yeah.
so
In
Bahamut.
the good one, Baphomet.
That's
A
Bahamut.
Sorry,
the
not Baphomet,
platinum
the
dragon.
demon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
Baphomet.
Oh.
I was putting,
Okay.
I was putting a little bit of an F on that. Sorry,
I was about to say
everybody.
Baphomet is the.
I was about to say that's a
oh,
whole other
he's a
Potato,
bad
potato.
guy. That's a bad one.
implication.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I know who that is, right?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. It is in your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
What is that symbol?
It's the platinum dragon. It's the dragon god. That's weird.
God of dragons.
Good dragons. Not like Tiamat, not like Takesis or any of that. No, that's a good one.
We have
I
had
shall ride him.
problems. We have had problems with
What
Dark
is your
dragons, I think.
obsession with the riding?
I like flying.
Fair enough.
I mean,
Briv,
who
I'd like
doesn't?
to see you trying to ride the god of good dragons.
I shall tell him a joke, and he shall be impressed, and he shall allow me to ride him.
I would find that very funny.
'Tis my plan.
Okay.
I'll talk to him about it. It'll be fine.
Have
Yeah.
you met this Bahumat?
No.
We should become allies, no? It seems we have enemies, so we should know our enemies' enemies.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. I don't even know who is our enemies. Why are we here? What's going on?
We are
Do we
going
really-
to find out.
Do we really have to deal with other
Orkira,
dragons right
Orkira,
now?
we're
Yes,
here.
hi.
Hey,
I
we're
need
heroes,
perce-
and we're here to help people. Okay, that's all you need to know, right?
That's a good basis. Yeah. All right, lead on. Here we go.
I need perception checks from everybody.
Okay.
14.
22.
The
27.
rain must be in Freely's
No,
eyes.
20.
It's 12.
That's
Zero.
12.
25.
Who's the lowest?
Zero.
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 5? Keen, what is going on?
I am interested in these medallions of
You're
Bahumat.
asking
You
Keenan,
guys
and I
don't know
rolled
what
a
that
zero?
bartender slipped you. That's what's up with that. You don't know what he was pouring.
As all
No,
of
I
you
mean,
are
that summons,
running-
that Bahamut summons takes a long time. That's a
As
Yeah.
long
all of you are
cinematic,
running
so-
through the rain in the streets, you hear the soldiers cry, everyone go to your homes, everyone go inside, find safety, everyone get off the streets immediately. Why are you hearing this? Another group passes directly, almost T-bones you at the same time as everyone's rushing around, and a scruffy man with an entire group of other people, some of them cloaked and you can't quite make them out, and you hear tugging like directly behind this very human man who's very scruffy and kind of blondish hair, speaking in the same accent of everyone who's around here in this city. You hear this very high-pitched sound seemingly coming from a halfling behind him, saying, "Did you live here? Did you live on this block? Oh, hey, did you do anything on this block? Is this like where school was or anything? And they run by and they get lost into the crowd past you into the rain and the rest of the soldiers and the rest of the people that are trying to escape. The
Really,
soldiers
I
are-
have found someone more irritating than thou art.
Lauren is so
Don't
happy right
talk
now.
about Alyndra like that. She can hear you.
Hear you both.
You know,
Honestly.
Wait, Alyndra. And I do stop and I hold her hands for a second. And I'm like, okay, do smart. Think. This is a huge sprawling place, a huge battle. Like if anyone has
Now
read
you
about
want my
this,
help?
it's you. Wait, have you foreseen this?
I've foreseen many things, but I'm not.
Just oh
You're
please.
being
And he
mean.
does,
Dost thou
like,
get
he
off
does,
on
like,
being
bow in front of her.
withholding?
He's like, great and mighty sage, please.
All you have to say is you're sorry. It was mean.
I love it that I was the one that started that chain, and I am not apologetic at all.
we never expect you to apologize, Briv.
You've already said you don't want to be blessed. You're covered.
I'm like,
I can
no,
bless
wait,
myself.
okay, wait. First
you
of
are,
all,
you are
I'm s-
unblessed.
I am sorry.
You are not blessed.
I bless myself
I-
on a frequent basis.
I'm
Hashtag
sorry for
not blessed.
Yes. I'm sorry for improperly filtering my inner monologue, but surely you must have read, so you must have heard something. Like I need to know who to blast.
Is there anything looking around, seeing what's going on that I can infer about what is happening here?
Wherever you are, it's definitely clear. You're looking around. This is a major city, and whatever this place is. You've heard people say Rexentrum several times. That is the name of the city.
Mhm.
It's a sprawling city. It's very large. People are genuinely panicked. And you hear the sounds of explosions, but you never quite see them. And at this exact time, you start feeling a rumbling under your feet as you all are arguing amongst each other.
We can talk about this in a moment. We need to move now.
And the rumbling gets deeper and deeper and deeper, and it's almost like vibrating your bones themselves. And at this exact moment, out of the cobblestones in the very center of the square, just rocks and cobblestones explode in all directions, hitting you with the rocks, with debris. People run screaming
shield
as
in
this
front of the halflings.
immense purple worm erupts out of the ground. It is gigantic, the size of a building, and on every single segment of it has giant, long spikes, and its mouth opens up, and you just see rows upon rows and rows of teeth as it just screams, just, and the sound just vibrates every essence of your being as spittle flies out of its mouth, and it crawls completely out of the tunnel that has just dug itself. And on top of it, you see 3 figures looking impressed with themselves at the panic and the fear in the city. There's barding on this purple worm, pieces of metal that all assembled to create some kind of saddle at the very top. And you can see 3 dark elves on top.
Dark elves.
Yes. Their skin is, some of their skin is kind of purplish, and some of their skin is, 2 of them look very similar. Their skin is gray, and their eyes are almost blood red, and they have white hair. And just by close inspection, Keen, you can tell they're almost the exact same frame and size. However, one is, dressed in ornate black flowing robes, and the other is in this very weird kind of Chinese, almost like insect-like armor that they're wearing. And those 2, the soldier and the wizard, immediately jump off of the purple worm.
Now,
And
So
they
the most
seem
immediate
happy.
threat
They
right now
seem
that I see
excited.
is
What?
that worm. I would like to banish it.
The worm?
Yes.
Okay, go
Penelope,
ahead. And
Can you get rid of the
So
rain?
it
Can
is
you
a
make the
save,
sunshine?
and I have foreseen this moment. My portents today are 17 and 1. So on its save, it will get a 1.
How long does banishment last?
1 minute.
And while she's doing that, Orkira will, eyes never leaving this sight of this creature that she would like to run from. But she knows she's not going to convince anybody else to. She's going to reach out, put a hand on Penelope, put a hand on Freely, and go, death warding the halflings. And you both have death ward.
You
What
see that
was-
Penelope's just like, she opens her cloak. She's like talking to something in her cloak, and it's the little worm. And she's just like, hey, is this like a cousin of yours or something? Because we may have to fight it. Okay, good. You're not related? Oh, okay, great. Okay, go back to sleep. Okay.
Sometimes I forget to say this, but Briv is eagerly trying to engage in combat. So I want that too.
So you're not running.
We know.
No.
Yeah, we know.
We know.
Okay. Just making sure.
Actually, I'm gonna
We got it.
pop that banishment up to a 5th level, so I can get 1 additional creature. So was there one of those? There was one of the drow that looked more scary than the others, right? There was
No,
one who
they're all
looked like a
scary.
leader?
They're all terrifying. There were three of the dark elves.
But there was one that looked different, right?
They all look different. Yeah, no one
You
looks.
say does one look in charge? I think is what you're.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Not necessarily. No. Hard
Does
to tell.
one look like
You
a?
can give me a
what's it-
perception check,
does-
and you might be able to figure that out. But yeah, I'll need a perception check. Also, what again? So the save was a charisma save, and
So it's a charisma 16, but it got a 1 because of the portent. And I rolled an 24 on my perception.
Oh, okay. And what your portent was? What again, please?
1.
1. Okay, that's about as low. That's as low as it gets on a 120. 1d20. Really informative stuff coming from your dungeon master right now.
Still
okay,
true.
that lasts
When you're right,
for
you're
another
right.
minute. So do you target another one of the dark elves?
I do.
Okay. One of the dark elves, also similarly clad in armor, just winks out of existence, like looking around at himself as he just disappears, and the purple worm disappears for a moment as well.
So if either of them are not native to this plane, they will stay put after that minute.
Right. Okay.
Oh, we do initiative.
Yes, everyone roll initiative.
Yay!
That is a big old
Oh,
20.
not 20!
Means someone gets a legendary bundle.
I got a 20.
What?
I got a 20.
20s.
Are you serious?
I got
How
a
many
20,
natural
yeah.
20s got rolled just now?
Oh my
I did.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Holy mackerel!
There were
So
3
we're
natural
fast.
20s. Well, we've blown through our budget, everyone. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed
Yeah,
the show.
we got to close down shop now. So
Yeah.
it's been a good
Hey,
ride.
we won.
That was
All right, well,
we beat the internet! Yay!
if I am
Yay.
correct, I believe 3 people in chat right now have an opportunity to win a legendary bundle because of the insane,
Wow.
not crit-tastic initiative rolls.
That was better than the 0 I rolled last time. So it's
All
True.
right.
about
I'm
as
gonna-
far of a spread as you can have.
I'm going to ask Lauren Urban if you could keep track of initiative for me. That would be fantastic. I know that is a random ask.
Sure. Okay.
So lots of 20s. Okay. I'm not rolling 20s apparently.
I mean,
Okay,
don't
so-
jinx it.
Alyndra, what'd you get?
That's a 22.
And Penelope?
19.
And Freely?
25.
And Keen?
12.
And Briv?
22.
And I rolled a 15, so I get a 16. So, and then Todd, your variety of banished and or not banished people.
Yes. So they are before 12.
Oh,
and
they're
after 16.
after. Okay, so okay. So it's gonna be Freely's going first.
Okay, Freely, go
Hey.
ahead. What are you doing right now? The
So-
worm completely disappears, and the 2 dark elves that are remaining seem very angry. And at this moment, like steam is coming off of their armor from the hot rain, and a low underlying fog has like risen up about 3 feet now.
I am going to. So, of the 2 that are remaining, what do they look like? Sorry.
One is dressed in very ornate, kind of like insect-like armor. It's completely jet black, and by eyeing them, you can tell that these 2 are brothers. They're clearly related because they're almost twins. But one is dressed in black ornate robes, and the other is in this armor. So one is clearly some kind of spellcaster, and the other is.
Oh, that's
a
what I was
soldier.
trying to ask in the descriptions, because I would have focused on a caster to banish. Just because I know.
Cool. That's
the
all right.
threat.
So the
other one was a caster of a kind as well. So
Okay.
I'm going to, after the robed one. Actually, no. Yeah, the armored one.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit him with compelled duel.
All right. What does compelled duel do?
Wisdom 15. If he fails, the creature's drawn to me, compelled by my divine demand. For the duration, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than me, and must make a wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move to a space that is more than 30 feet away from me. If it succeeds on this saving throw, the spell does not restrict its movement for that turn.
He grins. He's like, "Hello, tiny one. I believe you and I are meant to fight." And he just draws two of his swords, and as he's walking towards you, an image pops out of him, a double. There is like this weird thing, like a copy of him oozes out for a second, and it moves 5 feet away from him, and there's almost like two of him now approaching you at the exact same time.
Time to go to work. And then I head towards him too. like let's roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Briv Stillmara, what are you doing?
I am going to rush forward at the one that looks like a mage at this point in time.
Okay.
Just rushing, sword off the back, metal pushing through my pores into spiked armor, and I'm taking a swing.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna do that was a 25 overall to hit. And since I forgot to do this just a second ago, I'm going to use my bonus action. Jeremy Crawford says you can break up your attack to do this. I'm going to use my bonus action to
Weird flex.
use my channel divinity that is it's the mighty deed thing. So I'm going to crit on 19s or 20s for the next minute.
Nice.
Okay. So the first attack was 25. If that hit,
it did.
And then the next one is not a 19, but it is a 21. If that hit.
So what was the first one?
20. What did I just say? Sorry, I lost
25,
it. 25, I think. Yeah.
As your second attack falls down onto this dark elf wizard, an energy shield immediately erupts, blocking your sword.
Okay.
Stop.
All right. So smiting here, and it's going to do. I'm going to go on and do that at. We're going to do that at 3rd level.
Okay.
And so I'm going to roll that real quick. So that is going to do 42 damage.
Wow. All right, you do 42 points of damage.
And I see it. So I strike down, know that, I was successful, put it off guard, strike again, hit the shield, and then I just like yell and basically trying to spit at him in frustration at the shield.
Oh, my dear Half-Orc, why are you fighting on their side? You will fail, and all of them will die.
I shall shut thee up.
All right,
Trust me.
Who's next?
Be Alyndra.
I think it's me. Yeah.
Alyndra, what are you doing?
I point at the creature. I maintain my concentration on the banishment, so I point at the creature that Briv has just attacked, and a bell rings out. It is comforting to us and terrifying to it, and I toll the dead.
All right, and that is a saving throw.
It is going to be a Wisdom 16 save.
It fails. It takes the damage. Go and roll that.
2d12. That's 10 damage
Okay. It takes 10 points of damage.
of necrotic.
Of necrotic damage. Okay. 10 points of
Yes.
necrotic. All right. Very good. And who's next?
Penelope.
The bell, you see the bell rings out and you see a little bit of blood kind of ooze of this wizard's ears as it glares angrily at Alyndra now. At first it was kind of amused that it was even being attacked, but now it stares at you specifically with rage. All right, Penelope Halfpint, what do you do?
Penelope sees that Freely looks to be outnumbered, and that can happen quickly. So she'd like to see if she can tell which one's the real one. She'd like to see if she's smart enough to figure it out.
Okay, you can roll a perception check.
16.
You're not sure.
Okay. Then she's going to try anyways, and she's going to cast heat metal on the, I don't know.
Yeah.
The one that's closest to him, I suppose.
Yeah, the one with the armor. Okay. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Either way. They
So, yeah,
both
she's casting heat
seemingly have
metal.
armor.
On the one that, on the chest plate of the armor.
I'm gonna roll on odd you hit, even you don't.
Oh, come on.
No, nothing happens.
Oh.
Although,
Sorry.
does she destroy one of the mirror images?
No, the mirror image does not go away.
Okay.
All right. After Penelope Halfpint, who is it?
It's me. Hi.
Okay, it's me, Orkira Eldritch.
It's a me.
Are we
What are-
sticking around once the worm comes back? I'm yelling out to anybody nearby.
Appreciate we're all and you're like, ah.
Yeah. All right.
No, I think we're trying to flee.
Yeah, because that's always worked in the past. The two that are left, essentially, are they within 60 feet of each other?
Yes.
Awesome. I would like to cast Fairy Fire. I need each of them to make a dexterity saving throw DC 16. And if they fail, they are suddenly lit up with little tiny red lights that kind of look like the embers of a dying fire.
Mhm.
The soldier, the fighter, clearly saves. The fairy fire just dissipates, and he just waves his arm cockily, almost as if he himself is dispelling the magic that you're shooting at him, the one that has two, kind of an echo of him at this moment on the city streets, drawing his sword. However, the wizard immediately erupts strangely in fairy fire and is even more perturbed, having apparently the worst day he's ever had in history.
For clarification, I'll leave it up to you that the compelled duel is broken if they cast if one of my allies casts a harmful spell on it. I'll let you decide, because if that means if it works, because he's made all of his saves, so he may or may not be free from the compelled duel, depending how you want to interpret. Does the spell need to work on him, or does the active even trying?
Also, Fairy Fire doesn't do any damage; it just lights him up. So
no, but it's still an aggressive act. But yeah, the one soldier the soldier turns to apparently his brother and yells, "Rasvan, be more careful! Come on, this should not be taking so long for us. What have I told you?"
Are we in a training mission right now? Are we supposed to? I mean, never mind. I'm just going to make sure I'm within 30 feet of most of my friends for when healing has to happen, and that's all I'm going to do. So the wizard failed, so he lights up with Fairy Fire. So now any attack roll against him has advantage.
Okay,
Yep.
And who's next?
It's you, Todd.
Ooh, it's me.
It's a me.
I put it in chat, by the way, if it helps.
The wizard, the stark elf in long black robes, excitedly reaches his hands out. Everyone who is in front of him, which includes like Briv. Who's near Briv?
Is he trying to cast a spell?
He is definitely casting a spell.
I would like to counterspell that, please.
Okay. What level are you casting at?
I will cast it at 4th, I guess.
Wow.
What if he was summoning like hugs and muffins?
Oh, hugs and muffins would be really nice.
True.
Been a
We
long
still are
day.
waiting on that portal to the plane of ice cream and milkshakes.
Do
Hope
they have
springs
hugs and
eternal.
muffins there too?
Just not getting that sense from a guy who rides a giant purple worm.
Valid.
Not
Valid.
Okay,
Who
one
knows?
second. And describe how you cast counterspell, like just what actions Alyndra is taking.
I see him begin to cast the spell, and almost instinctually I reverse those actions, and then I send it out at him, canceling any motions, any glyphs that he was creating in the air, the sounds that he was making. Just undoing.
That's cool.
As a reaction,
As he-
they themselves are casting counterspell.
Counterspell and the counterspell. Ooh.
And
Damn.
he immediately like stares at you and mirrors all the same motions that you are taking.
So cool.
And his version, his arcane runes are flying in the air, just explode past the ring of yours, and they disappear immediately. And he still casts his spell. I assume everyone's
I
tightly grouped
definitely
together.
went towards the soldier, so I feel like I'm.
Yeah, you're not
No.
in there. You're the only one who went towards the soldier that I've been told. So
I have
So
not arrived
if
yet.
ooh, so okay.
I'd move
Yeah.
30 feet to be within healing
I'm right
distance of
there in the
people.
center.
Yeah, me too, basically.
all right, so Keen isn't there yet with you. Is my general read of the situation.
Where did King go?
Well, I mean, Keen's not within the range of this.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keen is preparing.
Everyone who isn't Keen or Freely, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw right now.
If you're that close to me, you're getting +4 to this.
Oh no.
Yay!
+4, you said.
Okay.
Yeah.
The 21 from me.
That's a 9.
Oh.
24 for Briv.
Oh no.
All right.
So
Uh,
12. Oof.
Everyone, a giant black orb forms directly above you, and you feel everything like the rain starts flying directly into this black swirling orb, and the water that is on the cobblestones rises up and goes towards this black shining orb at the same time, and even dirt and debris is starting to move towards it, and you feel yourselves being pushed towards the sinkhole at the exact same time. Briv, you got the highest, you got 25, correct?
24, yeah.
24, yeah. Everyone who failed, you are going to take
What's the DC?
Yeah, what was the fail number?
the fail is anything below 22.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Everyone,
That is what you might say is when
everyone who-
it got real.
Everyone who failed takes 33 points of crushing force damage as you feel like your skin being compressed and your skin pushing in on your organs, and whatever armor you have is kind of like bending. If you saved, you take half that damage, and you're drawn immediately. Those who failed are going directly towards this weird sinkhole in space and time at that moment. And that's what happens. You move 10 feet. All of you who failed move 10 feet directly towards the orb,
And where is the orb?
directly above you.
So we're going up?
Yeah, you're being lifted up in the air.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Freely.
It's Keen. Keen hasn't acted yet.
No,
Yeah.
there's the other guy.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. No, come at me.
Yeah.
Although
he is.
literally, well, because I might do an interrupt thing. So what does he do?
He attacks you.
I'm gonna hit him with cutting words.
Okay.
So I subtract 5 from his roll, and I say, Razvan, pay attention. I'm about to teach him something.
The wizard who is very happy with themselves now that they've actually cast some kind of spell, and this magic is very alien to you and foreign. You've never seen a spell like this before. Just turns, is like, I am confident that my brother will kill you in short order. Toma, finish the tiny one, please.
Like, come on, Toa. Time to go to work.
Toma slashes you with a sword. It erupts with flame at the exact same time. You take 10 points of slashing damage, and you take another 6 points of fire damage as
I
his
hellish rebuke him for
sword-
17.
What does your hellish rebuke look like?
I will say, you guys definitely see Freely does seem different this time. Because he's got this green crackling sword. Like, usually he's like, woo, yeah. This time he's really like, come on. More.
Fire rips out of Freely's hand and strikes this this entity that just struck him, and immediately the thing that he strikes with Hellish Rebuke becomes almost transparent for a second and shifts, almost like there was this other transparent version of himself, and he switched places immediately with it, and it just strikes this strange, almost like illusionary, almost like echoey form of him as that happens, and takes no damage.
Right.
And that form, the one that is behind, has kind of positioned itself behind you, strikes you also. For 7 points of slashing damage. And that's it.
Okay.
All right, who's next?
Back at the top of the round with Freely.
No, Keen.
No,
it's
Keen, I'm sorry.
Let's
Yeah.
not forget Keen. Keen, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I am marching towards them in my Death Knight armor with my Death Knight helm. I allow my eyes to burn with the autumn sun, and I reach out and I call the glaive to my hand. Then I start to jog. Drow, Forsaken, Leaver of the Elves, face me. There are no females among them. Their females are their leaders, and to be well avoided when possible. But there is a mage, and their magic is dangerous. I recognize this, and I attack that one. I hit with great force, slashing and cutting for armor classes 23, 22, and 13.
You do have advantage on that guy because he's very fired.
Yeah,
Then I will hit him a second time with the 13, unless the other ones did not hit, and I hit 24 with that, what the 13 was.
You get 2 hits. Yeah. Oh, 3 hit.
3
You
hits?
get wait, how many hits? How many attacks did you just make?
I get 2 blade attacks and 1 butt attack.
Oh, your butt hits as well.
Very well.
For the
Big
butt or
buttresses.
buttress?
I like big butts. So with this, I strike for a total of 36 physical
Okay.
and 30 fire.
Oof.
Cutting. All
And
for his mouth, face, or throat. I need to shut him down.
It's not good. How do you kill Rasvan, the wizard?
I slide past him so that I can cut him on the inside of his thigh. When he bends over in pain, I snap the glaive blade up and bring it past his throat. Then, when he looks at me to say that final bad guy thing, I slam the glaive through his skull. No words for you, Forsaken. Not today.
I told thee thou wouldst get shut up.
And
Does the
The other one screams. He stops everything. He drops his sword and he just screams, Rasvan! And just tears fall down his face and he just screams it again, Rasvan! And you see all the muscles in his body convulse as he almost looks like he's going to get sick. He is so consumed with sorrow and rage.
I throw his body up towards the singularity. Nothing.
does the singularity disappear when the caster is no longer channeling it?
You throw it up and it goes into the singularity, crushing the body of Rasvan, and then the singularity dissipates and the body falls to the ground.
I look at this fighters.
Yes.
That's all.
Okay. Who's next?
Now we're back around to the top with me.
Yeah.
I just say, when dude his brother's disintegrated, I just go, ooh, Toma, which one is you? I think that's you right here, Thunderwave. I try and hit them all.
All right, what's the saving throw for Thunderwave?
It is con 15. 12, 9, 23 points of damage. But I'm gonna cutting words his save.
Okay.
I'm all like, looks like your brother's portal closed up. We'll have to find another way to send you home.
He saves.
I took 4 off of his save.
I know you did.
Okay, all right. That's still half damage though.
Yeah. Okay. So how much was the damage?
It was 23.
Okay.
And
So
do I destroy any of his duplicates?
No, the duplicate does not dissipate.
Okay, all right. That's it from moi.
All right. Who's next after Freely?
It's Briv.
All right.
And
so,
he almost ignores you, by the way. When the thunder wave like crashes over him, he's still staring at the limp, dead form of his brother.
Oh,
on the
his
ground.
dead brother got crushed up in the singularity.
No, the body's on the ground.
Oh, okay. Just again, if he is still under the influence of compelled duel, he'll have some heavy penalties if he tries to fight somebody besides
Correct.
me. Okay, sorry.
Next. Briv?
Okay, so what do I see at this point in time? I just see how many drow?
Only the one now. The wizard
But-
is dead.
Any duplicates or anything?
You see the two, yes. Both duplicates are screaming in horror. There's like an echo, like a shadow of this fighter right now.
Okay.
And he is consumed with grief.
Like to the point, I mean, do I get the impression, I mean, in shock or, I mean, because basically Briv is not going to simply come up to someone who is like gut wrenching, not fighting, and just chop their head off. Like, I'm just,
Right.
I'm trying to get the,
Oh, he is
feel-
filled with grief.
to
He
the point of
dropped
he's
his
not
sword.
really fighting. Okay.
He's not
all right,
even
so-
fighting.
So Briv is just simply going to do his best then to manacle the individual if he can. Like, and if he has to try both, whatever that takes in round time. Like if he can't tell which one is the duplicate,
Right.
he's going to try to. So he's just trying to essentially, he has 3 sets of manacles, and he's just going to try to make sure that this person doesn't decide to fight when they snap out of it.
He isn't even looking at you. He is just staring into his dead brother's eyes, Rasvan. And Toma is sitting there in complete shock and bewilderment. And it's unsettling because this kind of echo of him is still hovering, staring as well, and slowly moves towards him and re-enters his body. So there's only one of him left. And he's just sitting there in the rain with his head down. So you are able to, you grab his arm and it's completely limp, and you put shackles on his 2 arms.
And then Briv just, at this point in time, just starts, do we know why they attacked us?
You guys have never seen Freely behave this way. I don't stop. I don't care. He attacked me and he's still alive.
Freely, no, stop.
He's
Briv's going
mourning.
to try to restrain Freely.
You very much is like, no. He's such a tough guy, right? Let's finish this. Let's go.
Freely.
Make your attack roll freely. You
Yeah.
get to do, well, yeah. You get
Again, you guys have never seen him behave this way.
to, yeah. So this is kind of a surprise attack. So
Penelope steps in front of him.
B Dave, are you okay with me commanding you?
Oh, no. I mean,
Okay.
you do what you do.
I
Believe me.
always
Like,
just-
you
wanna
will
check
not
before
hurt
I do
Dave's
any
feelings. Freely is
PvP.
being compelled by other forces.
like I said, freely go ahead and roll your attack, though.
Stop.
If Penelope jumps in front of him, does that satisfy the condition of me not being able to reach him, Todd? Because I'm not crazy. I'm just, I have to kill him.
Yeah.
Unless I cannot reach him.
That's true.
Okay.
At the moment, you cannot reach him. That's fine.
Briv
So your blade is coming down, ready to like make a death, like just slicing his head off, whatever your plan was. Your blade is coming down, and at that moment, Penelope Half-Pint rushes in front of the blade, eyes kind of wet from tears or rain, you cannot tell which, just staring into you, and you kind of feel like yourself for a moment. As you look at the eyes, even though you feel this compelling force, the sword seems to want you to continue to kill.
He's hurting.
Why are you stopping me? It's war. He attacked us. He lost.
I am normally all for this kind of bloodlust, but something seems unnatural about this.
All right, but when he tries something, he's gonna try something, or the other one's gonna come back, or whatever. Like, we're gonna be right here again.
I have heard tales of weapons that compel others to act like complete and total jackasses, and methinks that perhaps Freely has one of these. Alyndra, dost thou know anything about this sort of thing?
I could look into it when we have some time, but not right now.
I don't hurt Penelope. I clearly want to hurt that guy, though.
The others may be coming back soon. What do you want to do?
We should get somewhere
Decide
else before that
now.
happens. Yeah.
No, if we leave, then they're just going to destroy the city. There has to be a middle ground somewhere.
'Tis a city, Penelope, and we are but, Briv starts counting on his fingers, 5, 6, 7, perhaps. We are not an army. We must find where the actual army is to see how we can best help.
We have less than a minute to decide. I pick up this felled drow. I am no fan of them, but I will not kill this one if you say not. But I will search him and prepare for the winter that is coming. And more so, the giant thing that will slam down here in less than 30 seconds.
As you search this dark elf, you find no symbols of Lolth at all, which is highly unusual.
I cast Friends on him, even though I know he will hate me when the duration ends, and I don't care.
Oh my
Wow.
Wow. That's dark.
Which just gives me advantage on.
What is the save for Friends?
There actually isn't one. I just have advantage on charisma checks, and when it's over, he will become hostile towards me.
Oh,
don't
because
worry.
he wasn't hostile before.
I'm like, we're already at that point. So
Okay, yeah, you cast Friends on him.
I just say, talk fast, Toma. Why shouldn't they just let me finish you now? What is going on? And I have a 28. It's
They should let you finish me now. You have killed my brother. So kill me.
Your brother tried to kill my family, so okay.
We shall give thee what thou want if thou wilt give us the information that we seek. Why art thou attacking the city?
Why you what? What? What are you talking about?
Why'd you attack the city?
Because this is Rexentrum.
And what does that mean?
I think that you are not from here.
No, we're not.
You are in this very capital of the Dwendalian Empire.
Dillian.
Sounds made up.
I'm going to walk over to Alyndra while this is all going on and quick cure wounds. And while she's doing that, just like hand on your shoulder, quick cure wounds. And as she's casting the spell, she's going to say, I mean, this isn't our war. Should I just bring this guy back to life and we should go?
I think so.
Okay.
I want to know why they attacked us. first.
Mm.
We can bring him back to life later. I move us.
I actually only
behind
have
the
about 30
position.
seconds.
Yeah.
We only have
we're short
about
on
30
time.
seconds. I pull us back to behind the position where the purple worm.
And then all the ground just gets crushed as this giant, massive purple worm just erupts into space again in front of you, and the ground just kind of cracks underneath its sudden weight, and it rises up screaming in rage. You can feel the spittle from its mouth high above you rain down on all of you, and just you are darkened by the shadow of this immense purple worm.
Oh, time flies when you're having fun.
I divine sense. Do I detect evil off of the drow or the worm?
Yes.
They're evil!
Life is so confusing.
So Alyndra's got 26 hit points, and then I'm just gonna grab her and try to shove her out of the way, like get into an alleyway or something out of the way of this purple worm. The wings outstretched if I need to just like push people out of the way of this thing. Like, nope. And I'm gonna try to.
Freely is clearly beat pretty bad, by the way. Like the times that Toma cut him, like he's gashed up and bleeding.
I would love to get to all of you if I had more than 6 seconds. Here we go. Now I'm gonna try to push everybody into an alleyway.
I look at Penelope and I'm like, I can't stop. Penelope, I can't stop. Get him out of here. I can't stop.
His
Okay.
eyes now moved away from his dead brother, and he just stares at King Deaprath. And his eyes don't even move, and he is unfazed, like as rocks and cobblestones, and the purple worm's tail strikes a building nearby. It just kind of explodes and cracks behind him as he's still kneeling with his arms bound, and he just never breaks his gaze with King Deaprath, the man who murdered his brother.
Really, when you felt for evil, did you sense it from this man?
Yes!
This man here.
Yes!
Is that correct?
Briv will divine sense as well and form a second opinion if he sees this going
doesn't
on.
mean they're not justified in their conflicts.
You sense fresh evil. He's evil now.
Knock the good right out of him.
Oh my God, we're the worst.
I want to knock the good right out of it.
And
I'm
he
not so certain we're the
dissipates
worst since they
into
attacked us
mist,
first.
a
Who?
purplish black mist, and the shackles fall to the ground.
Oh, the drow. Okay.
Yes.
This is not over. In fact, it has only begun. Fight this large thing or not, we do not know what side of the war we are on.
All right, fall back.
Yeah. I can give you some healing, but not in the middle of being eaten by that thing. Come on.
But what about the worm?
We move through these alleys away from the worm as quickly as possible because I do not know if these people of Rexcentrum are our allies. Just because they are human means nothing.
So everyone is moving away.
Mm-hmm.
It attacks one of you.
Yes.
Alyndra Sarrbarand. Sorry, I rolled randomly.
If it's trying to attack her, I'm going to warding flare it. So
Oh yeah, it's big time. It's not stealthy. It's a giant gargantuan purple worm. It just rushes towards all of you, and its mouth is centered directly onto Alyndra. What does warding flare do?
disadvantage on the attack.
Okay, it has disadvantage on the attack, and that didn't matter. What is Alyndra's armor class?
18.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Mm.
Oh, I'm very sorry about this. Its gaping teeth, all of its maw surrounds Alyndra Sarrbarand at this exact moment with just rows and rows of teeth. You can smell its hot, fetid breath coming from the worm at this exact moment as its teeth also partially sink into the cobblestones around you. You take 22 points of piercing damage at that moment. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Am I close enough to Briv to have
+4.
+4?
Yes.
20.
You got what?
Sorry, 22.
Yeah, 22.
Yes.
You, despite being like torn and shredded by its teeth, you almost feel yourself sucked inside of this thing, and you barely manage to like pull on the very teeth of the purple worm and drag yourself out of its maw and kind of roll out of its path at this exact
Luckily,
time.
it didn't have orthodontics.
And the purple worm rises up again, getting ready for its second attack as you are all running into like a nearby alleyway, and high up on one of the towers above the purple worm.
Is there anything that is too small for the worm to get through nearby? An alleyway, a doorway?
It will maybe have some difficulty with the alleyway. You don't have a lot of
Okay.
experience with purple worms. So are you all rushing into that?
I would like to try and recover the downed body. Or
you don't
Resvan's
have-
body. No?
The wizard? No.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
That's
carrying it.
Oh, actually, I think the Keen did say he picks up the body. He did
Oh,
say
you
that
did?
before the worm. No, he
you
really
were running
did.
with the body? Okay.
Yeah. All right, then we clear out then.
Okay. You are running into the alleyway at this moment. The gargantuan purple worm is moving towards you at the same time.
Come on. We gotta find somewhere inside.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and hit it with. I'm gonna try while we're leaving. I'm gonna try and hit it with command.
Does it have to understand what you're saying?
Let me
The
see.
command? I don't remember.
Yeah, it has
let
to
me
understand your language.
Yeah. So what do you say this in?
Oh no, if it doesn't understand its language. Well, I mean, again, I don't know what language they've been speaking to it.
Right.
It flee.
Mm.
You yell flee at it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It starts scratching.
It needs a. It needs
Penelope
to
throws
be.
a flea.
You
It
are
needs to be-
continuing to run. It does attack you and it hits you.
If there's another round, I will warding flare it.
Go ahead.
It's disadvantage of the
allow it.
attack.
It still strikes. It's got
Wait.
so high of a plus. It's
I know.
sorry. I'm so sorry. You take 19 points of piercing damage freely. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as the stinger on its tail just pierces right into your chest.
+4.
+4 freely.
I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use my favored by the gods ability too. So I get another 6.
I need you to be a 19.
19 exactly, including his 4 and my favored by the gods.
You take 22 points of poison damage.
Ooh, really, it does not look too good.
Are you still alive? Are you still conscious?
I have 2 hit
Briv-
points left.
Briv
Really?
if Briv, as he's running, is able to just scoop up freely, should be pretty easy for tree trunk like Briv to do so.
No.
I am going to just lay on hands as I cradle him in my loving embrace.
No.
Right before you grab me, you very much see like it looks like the madness is about to go over his eyes again to go out, and then he sort of like snaps out of it for.
Freely, no,
Baby,
stop.
don't you?
Penelope pulls.
I'm all right.
Penelope
Sing
pulls
that
out
orcish
her.
lullaby.
Penelope pulls out her white wooden staff given to her by the tree, and she just slams it down, and she casts a wall of thorns and just goes no.
Nice.
Right on top of right in front of the worm, so it divides us, and it'll take damage on that.
Okay, yeah, this massive bramble of thorns erupts into the alleyway directly in the path of the purple worm. And at this moment, you look up and you see Toma next to another dark elf, the one that was banished. The dark elf is casting a spell, and Toma is just deadly staring at Keen. And as the wizard is casting a spell, you see a fireball erupt directly
Counterspell.
down into the alleyway.
Counterspell.
All right, what's the save on? Is there any save for that? What level are you doing it?
No, so if I cast it at I still have 4th level slots open, right? Yeah, if I cast it at 4th level, I need to make an ability check using my spellcasting ability. It's 10 plus the spell's level is the DC. If I can do better than that, which I have foreseen this moment, I have a 17.
Okay.
So it would be a 17 plus my spellcasting ability, which is going to be plus 8. No, plus 6. So 23, yeah.
I will give you my bardic inspiration. I'm like, you can do it,
So I'll
Alyndra. So
I
it's a
throw.
D6.
Is it D8 or
D6?
D6? Plus 4. So that's a 26. No, 27. So I'm
Okay.
at 27 on this counter spell.
You manage to dissipate the fireball as it is about to erupt into the entire alleyway, and the rain continues to pour, and the giant purple worm is just crashing through the wall of thorns and through the buildings, and everything is splintering as it is just barreling through like a train directly at all of the heroes. And Toma just kind of smiles, this slight, gentle smile. And that's our adventure, everyone.
Oh
Thank you
my
for watching
gosh.
Beyond Heroes. This was our very first episode in the wonderful world of Alexandria and in the continent of Wildemount. We're really excited to bring all the adventurers to this world that Matthew Mercer has brought to life. I need to thank the amazing cast. Lauren Urban playing Orkira Eldritch. Alyndra Sarrbarand is being played by Jennifer Kretchmer. Hope LaVelle playing Penelope Half Pint. We've got Freely played by B. Dave Walters. We've got Briv Steelmarrow played by Adam Bradford. And I believe that's everyone has been covered. And of course,
TJ.
Keen. Oh my God, how can I forget Keen being played by TJ Storm. Thank you everyone for watching. Congratulations to everyone who won the legendary bundles, and we will see you again next Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching.